brand new YXV leaking refrigerant. This YXV unit is around a year old. I sold this split system to the customer, came out last Sunday on the weekend, and the unit was low 10 pounds of refrigerant. I told the customer I'd be back within 1 week when I got some nitrogen and I would do a leak check. While I was here, visually you can see where it's leaking at the outdoor unit. There's a giant puddle of oil, which I'm going to show you. But I'm going to set up the recovery machine, recover the refrigerant, and we are going to leak check this outdoor unit and find out where it's leaking. You're watching HVAC Tips for Technicians. I'm Tad. Let's get started. Got the gauges hooked up, recovery tank, recovery machine, and you can see there's a bunch of oil right here. Bunch of oil. So we're going to find out where it's leaking. I'm probably going to take this panel off, swing it out, and get it out of the way. But first, I'm going to recover the refrigerant. Pull the disconnect or turn the breaker off, hook up the recovery machine and the recovery tank. It's pretty simple. Middle hose goes to in, and then there's a hose that goes from out to the tank. Got the extension cord hooked up, and let's turn it on and go ahead and recover this refrigerant. You can see how much there is right now. All right, I'm going to let it do its thing, and we'll be back. Got all the refrigerant pumped into the tank. Got the nitrogen hooked up. Cover off the panel. We have 0. But now we're going to add nitrogen. Took out the bottom piece right there. And this panel swings out. That is one good aspect of working on these YXV, YZV variable capacity units, whether it's a heat pump or straight air like this one. We got these little hooks, so that's really nice. You can also take it up and then lay it down, which I'll probably do that so I can give myself more room to get in there. But I definitely need more nitrogen because I was only able to put, let's see, about 215, 20 pounds. I'm going to get more nitrogen because I want to put at least 400 or 500 pounds on this. I want to find this leak. Well, I couldn't find the leak. I'm sure it's in the bottom coil somewhere because I sprayed all the connections for the compressor. I sprayed the sides of that outdoor coil, the manifold, everything, the pressure switches, but couldn't find the leak. I'm charging it up right now through the liquid line. This unit holds 15 pounds. I've got 2 in it right now. See, 15 pounds. But I couldn't find the leak. Usually I don't run into this very often, so what am I going to do? I'm going to contact the distributor, find out what they think, because for me, I feel like I need to order an outdoor coil for this. We'll see. The equipment's starting to ramp up. 3 degrees of subcooling, so we're definitely not there. 12 pounds though, we're almost there. 2.5 more pounds and we will be charged. 15 pounds. Okay. This is the coil that we took out of the unit. This is the one that was the original and it was leaking. Just replaced this coil in this very expensive communicating variable capacity outdoor unit. It's Friday. I wish I had another one of these because this one is leaking. Yay! Let me show you. You can hear it somewhere right there. Let me see. You hear that?
See it?
Yeah, spray it again. All right, it's coming out the bottom. I've got other places to be. I've got a ton of work we're trying to get done today. I sent my crew out here, my brother Nick and James out here, and they called me and said, man, this coil doesn't have any nitrogen on it. What do you want us to do? I said, go ahead and put it in. I'm hoping that it's just a mistake. They called me back. They said, hey man, we just nitrogen pressure tested and we can hear it's leaking. And I'm like, oh man. So I call tech support and I say, because I called the distributor and I said, what's the chances of me getting a new outdoor unit? Because at this point, that's what I want. My customer's about to spend a whole weekend without air, and who knows how long before y'all get a coil. And they said, well, you got to call tech support. And I said, great, sounds good. I called tech support without the model number because I was at a call 30 minutes away. And I said, what's the chances of me getting a new outdoor unit? And they said, not sure, but we need a picture, we need a video. So, all right, so I've got the coil up so I can get to the spot where it's leaking. Got my torches, my lighter, a little piece of solder, and now I should be able to get this fixed, I hope. Here we go. That's it, it's a little bitty hole. It's right there. Putting nitrogen back on. No leak. Well, that's enough nitrogen. Temporarily fixed. I'm going to put it back together after I vacuum. I'm going to open up the gauges. I put the big boy hose connected to where my yellow hose would go. I'm going to open it up. And that's connected to the cordless vacuum pump. Got this open. This is the shutoff. Got it open. Got the vacuum gauge on. So we are ready. Turn on the vacuum pump. Gas ballast is open. All right, let's go. Now while it's vacuuming, I'm going to put it all together. I'll close the ballast whenever we get to about 3,000 microns. This is where the HVAC dealer, the HVAC contractor gets stressed out. This is what causes the stress. You're trying to help the customer. You're trying to get a coil that's supposed to not be leaking, brand new out of the box. It's leaking. You're trying to get this coil fixed, which thankfully got it fixed. Able to fix it. Very happy about that. But I'm sitting here spending my time where I shouldn't be spending my time. I'm going to get a new coil or I'm going to get a new outdoor unit. And if that new coil leaks, I'm going to be very upset. Hopefully I get a new outdoor unit. I'm going to let you guys know what happens with this. Let me know if you've had this experience. Let me know what brand. Let me know the manufacturer. Let me know how the distributor handled the situation. When we have situations like this, the distributor should be working with that manufacturer to get a new outdoor unit for the customer. That way the customer feels confident again. Oh, they're going to take care of me. They got me a new unit. I'm in good shape. The customer doesn't even know about this. They were leaving this morning when I called. I said, hey, I've got some time. I'd like to come out, go ahead and replace that coil. And they said, well, we're leaving. We'll wait on you. No, don't worry about it. They're out of town. They don't know anything about this. But I guarantee you if they did know that the coil that we've got was leaking, they would have no confidence in the product or the brand. So let's see what the vacuum's down to. 600 microns. I better get to work putting this thing together. Almost got it back together, and I just got off the phone with tech support. I'm pretty sure I'm getting a new outdoor unit for the customer, and I'm very happy about it. I'll keep you updated as the video moves along, and I'm sure that you'll see a new outdoor unit getting installed here. I'm going to get this thing back together. Let's go check the Micron gauge. Almost 500. Good deal. I put back together. Let's check on the Micron gauge. It's about 427. That's pretty good. All right. I'm about to factory charge this system and get out of here. I need to go because there are other calls that I should have been doing. Instead of this, I've been very frustrated, and I've taken my anger out on this unit, putting these panels back together. You should have seen me putting the panels on. Let me know if you've ever had a unit that's frustrated you. The distributor made this a lot better today because I got the go-ahead that they are doing an outdoor unit for this. They're giving me an outdoor unit. So I'm very happy. Not for me, mostly for my customer. I'm very excited for them, but I should have been doing something else instead of this. So if you had 4 or 5 of these a week, it would make you rethink being an HVAC contractor. So, yay! All right, scale set up. New jug of refrigerant charging into the liquid line. All right, let's fill it up. 5 ton, 15 pounds of refrigerant. We're almost there, 12 pounds. Taking off the big boy hose. Wearing gloves because it's hot, right? This pump gets hot. It gets up to 180 degrees. We're almost there, man. I'm so happy. Unit's kicked on. Charging the rest through the suction line. And we're charged 15 pounds. And that's it. Back up and running. Very excited for the customer. So the first year of the warranty, there's labor included. That means I get paid for my labor, my refrigerant, and that's good. Since it's over a year old, I put in, I think, almost 10 pounds last time I was here, which was just a couple weeks ago. And that's when I did the leak search and I found the coil outdoor was leaking and it needed to be replaced. And no one's gonna pay for this labor. No one's gonna pay for this refrigerant because I'm not charging the customer. They trusted me. We did this. It was a new construction house and I'm just not going to charge them. We just don't do that. Why? Because we believe it goes a long way, right? We get, better referrals from the customer and it just works. It just works. Now, a lot of companies, they can't eat that, right? They can't do it. So, and they didn't have 10-year parts and labor. I don't think they did. I think they only had 1 year labor and 10-year parts. But you tell me, could you eat something like this? I mean, 15 more pounds of refrigerant. Now the new unit will come with refrigerant and I'll pump the refrigerant down into this unit before we take it out. But let me know what you think about all this. Going to install a new outdoor unit this morning. Yes. Using the gate truck, we're about to load it up. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is a new YXV. Distributor came through for me. So me and my brother James are gonna roll out here and we're gonna install this. You wanna go ahead and take the box off since it's wet? It's like opening a Christmas present. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Looks good. What we got? Ooh, new filter dryer. Yes, sir. I don't think the old one was on the outside. I think it was on the inside. Yeah, I can't remember either. All right, nothing to it but to do it. Let's get to it. How do you pump down one of these YXV units? Let me show you. Got to take the cover off, that way you can see the screen. And then I'm going to close the liquid line service valve. You can do this, just be careful. One, you don't want to strip this thing out. When you get to the bottom, I usually stop and then tighten it with this. Now I'm going to finish tightening. All right, good deal. All right, so we're gonna go here to menu. See this? And it was on standby mode. Hit the menu button. It says equipment, hit the arrow button, it says modes, hit select, go over to service mode, select, and then cooling accepted. All right, it starts. Whenever that reaches almost 0, we're going to close those valves. Okay. Look at that pressure dropping. Look at that. And then I'm just going to take and close this valve right here. That high side pressure going down now a little bit. Ooh, we're almost there. Yes, sir. That compressor is working. 2. About to close it. 0. Close it down. Look at that fast action right there. But ain't. Cancel. That compressor's like, woo! Starting to slow down and stop. Then once it stops, we're going to turn the power off. And I am going to use that flathead screwdriver and take L1 and L2, the power and the ground, loose. And then we've got our communication wires right here. B-, C, R, and A+. Of course, we're not using the R out here. You never want to hook up the R out here on this master communication board. All right. Pad is sunk in the ground a little bit, so we are going to use some shovels. We got some more gravel. We're going to lift it up before we set the new outdoor unit on the pad. Now we're just going to put some gravel right here and level it up. Looking good. Pad a little bit higher. Got the extra gravel. We'll put it around the pad, make it look even better. Now we're going to load up this other outdoor unit. Wired in. Nitrogen pressure test right now. You need to put about 250 pounds on this system and let it set and make sure you pressure test it. I'm going to hook up the vacuum pump here in a moment. If you want to learn how to braze, I've got a video down below, teach you how to braze. And then if you want to learn how to use a vacuum pump and pull a vacuum, I've got a video down below for that as well. So now I'm going to hook up the vacuum and we're about to start this thing up. It's been running maybe 10 minutes. We're below 250 microns, so that's great. I'm going to go ahead and shut the pump off, and then I'm going to turn this valve right here, and then I'm going to put my core in and then open up my service valves. Got a frowny face. We just put the disconnect back in. Let's see what's going on. We're going to hit menu, and then we're going to go to modes, hit select, and then we're going to go to fault mode. So it's current system faults. Current systems faults. Hit the select, communications lost. And then I notice this right here. All right, that needs to be plugged in. Inverter communications lost. Why? Because this gray wire right here goes into the inverter board. You see that? So what you want to do to get this to go away is take this fuse out, power down, and then put it back in. Boop. Standby, smiley face, yay. All right. Back on, it's running, it's working well. I'm so happy for the customer. We lifted the pad up a little bit, put the rock around the pad so it would look nice. I'm gonna let this unit run for a little bit and check it out, and then I'm gonna close it up and get out of here. This unit is working great. I'm very excited, I'm very happy, and I'm glad my distributor came through for me. And York, you came through for me as well, so thank you so much. Really appreciate it. I'm going to continue to sell this product, and I'm going to continue to stand behind it. This customer, my customer, did not pay for any of the labor to fix that other leak on that coil, to get it up and running, to replace that coil, and to replace this unit. Why? Because we want them to be very happy, very satisfied, and give us referrals, because referrals are the best leads. Referrals are the best way to grow your business. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Hope you liked it. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, smash that bell, ding, so you know what I'm doing. You're watching HVAC Tips for Technicians. I'm Tad. I'll keep you cool if you let me.